bright blue light coming on. Measuring between 29 and 40 counts per second on that part. This part here. It doesn't look like it, but there's an edge right here. I'm going to follow along and measure different parts of it where there's more uranium or gumite. And pitch blend. This is considered a grade B sample. I think it was 300 to 400 counts per minute. I have the certification somewhere stored in the frame, but I don't have it handy. I keep this locked in a vault in my closet in the office. It's surrounded by lead, aluminum, wood, more aluminum, just to help add to the layers, and then it's stored in a lead pig that I made. A lead pig's like a cup that's sealed up, if you don't know. It's made 100% out of lead. Getting the same reading about everywhere. Last time I examined this sample, I remember there was higher peaks in places. I'm just trying to find it. This is my miscellaneous jar. We'll go through that in a minute. So getting about 0.02 microsieverts per hour, so it's not too bad of a sample. Sorry if I'm missing anything. I have these blue or UV shielded sunglasses on. They're yellow tinted, they're not true sunglasses, but they protect from the harmful UV light. And I don't want to take them off with my hands being dirty. I never reuse equipment, and I try not to cross-contaminate my gloves on anything else but the material like this. And this is fine because it's just going to go back in the vault. My wand will be wiped down, and then all this will be thrown away. It's legal in the United States to throw away naturally occurring radioactive material, which is rock. and it's got gumite and various other materials in it. It's all uranium, but in layers, like these little lines here, a little bit of what can I think of the term? It's ore that contains uranium. And you could see like the little lines in the rock that have different materials in it. And of course you don't want to brush this off. Sorry about the focus. There it goes. Don't want to brush this off because then you're spreading particulate matter with uranium and other materials and heavy metals, and it could cause issues if you inhale it. So at all possible, you heard me in the beginning of the video, I turned on my cyclic fan inside my office so it'll recirculate the air and filter it. But yeah, it's a pretty good sample. I got it from United Nuclear. United Nuclear is ran by Bob Lazar. At least it used to be. I don't know if it still is. But this is where I got my first samples from, was from United Nuclear. That's where these logos come from. I put this on materials that I use to examine the ore so that I know that this is contaminated paper, and to clean it up with gloves and try not to allow the dust to spread. Sorry, I'm just trying to be informative as I can. I'm sorry if the mic's peaking a little bit. I can't touch the controls. I have it pushed away, but it might not help because I knew the beeping was going to be loud. The beeping you're hearing is from my Geiger counter, which is from Images Scientific. It's a GCA07W. It does counts per second, average counts per second, and counts per minute. You can measure in millisieverts per hour, millirem per hour. It's a nice little tool for spot checking. It's got the shield for detecting alpha rays. It's also got the cap for shielding from basic alpha rays. There's a beta cap, there's an alpha cap, a beta cap, and a gamma cap that you can get. Focus, there it goes. I only have the alpha cap, which alpha is pretty much blocked by almost anything. You could block some of it with even paper. You can't block all of it with paper, but you can block some of it with paper. All of it would be blocked with lead. If I remember correctly, aluminum blocks it. And it's different materials for each. There's a hot spot. For each type of radiation it emits. Getting 41 counts per second, 0.028 millisieverts per hour. I'm holding it like a pinky width away. What I do is I put my pinky down and I use it as like a gauge to keep my tip from touching the material. So when I measure something else, it doesn't have contaminants on it and cause false readings. Getting 40, 0.21 millisieverts per hour. It's fluctuating between 30 and 40 on that spot right there. This one we're getting up to 58, 63, 48, 54, 43, 44. And just that little bit of pulling away, we're down to 38, 27. Let me try to show this on camera. pinky there, so I'm trying to keep it where you can see how close I am, so I might tap it. There we go. There we're fluctuating between 39 and 60, but if I pull it back just a little bit, we're down to 20, 32, 33, 30, 31. So just that little bit of distance makes a little bit of protection. That's why you want to stay as far away from the material as you can when you're storing it. That's why it's in a vault, which the vault's a steel vault. It's also in a case that's lead lined, and then it's its own little lead pig, and around all that's aluminum foil, wood, and just all kinds of materials. You add layers to add protection. There's radiation all around us all the time, so you don't want to add more than you have to. There goes my circulation fan. Put my pinky down, get a little bit closer. 60, 45, 27, 31, 42, 48, 41, 44. Move it over. 23, 25, 24, 32, 27. Move it over. 34, 28, 26, 24, 22. Moving over. Oops. Tapped it by accident. We're in the 20s, 30s, 20, 30, 20. Try to move it up the rock a little bit, trying to keep an eye on the meter, on the camera and everything. It's hard, and I apologize if I'm missing any views for you, like shots. As you can tell, this isn't what I do all the time, so my camera work isn't great. My view angles aren't great, and I apologize for that. Okay, we're going to do some side checks on this, and then we'll switch over to the dusty stuff. I think I got something I could scrape it out with. And my cat is joining the session. Probably can't hear it over the Geiger counter, but she's over there sneezing on the other side of the room. She's old. She's about 15. Okay, set that down. Put it in the bag, prevent dust. See how low that Geiger counter is now that it's out of the way. Get the air out of the bag slowly. Don't have to stretch too much. I'll store this in a second because that goes on top of these. Okay. Glass also blocks alpha rays, which is why this is stored in a glass vial. Okay, UV light's about to come on, so watch your eyes. Some material fluoresces, but I don't think I have any fluorescent material, and this is, I just recently got this good UV light, and it's too bright for the camera, unfortunately. I'll try to pull it off. You can see little spots on there, but I think that's an artifact of the camera because I can't physically see it. I see a spot on it, a little dot here, but I'm not physically seeing it myself through my UV glasses. Try to pull it away some. I'm gonna put it, oops, sorry, up the camera. There might be spots that I'm just not seeing. Okay, lights off. Let the camera refocus. I should have white gloves, but I use these because I work on vehicles with these when I need to. They're good at protecting from grease. Check out this piece. Camera's not focusing. There it goes. Really need to turn off autofocus, but when I turn on that bright blue light, it messes with it and knocks stuff out of focus. This I'm getting 2 counts per second, 5 right there. If I rotate it around, I get 0, 5, 3, 2, 1, 2, 5. This is supposed to be a mix of pitch blend, Cantonite, Gumite, Uranite, Tobernite, and Uranophane. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing any of that. Guess I could just leave that off. Put that in there. Getting 3 on that corner. This is a little bitty piece. A little bit of lighter spot here. Let me shake these glasses off. There, use the back of my hand. There, now I can see. There's a little lighter spot here. Could be just dirt. Could be different ore. Never know. Unless you have a way to test it. It's hard like a rock, so I don't think it's dirt unless it's really good caked on clay. This one's 9 counts per second, 0.005 millisieverts per hour. Put it down so you can see it better. Make sure the camera's focused. Getting real close, I get 9. It's not a bad piece. This one's got some white markings on it. Right here. Which I think is quartz. Could be something else. I'm just used to quartz in Arkansas. Make sure I'm not blocking y'all's view. Getting 4, 2, 0. This is counts per second. Got 3 steady right there. What's on that side? A little bit of brown. Yeah, steady 3, getting 0.015 millisieverts per hour. There's little white spots on this one. One right there. Sure the camera's focusing. You can see the white spots on camera better. Focus. Focus. There we go. A little better. I apologize. Rotate around this one. Getting 2, which is, I could pick up a rock in the yard and get 2 counts per second, so it's not great. This is just one of those miscellaneous jars you can also get from United Nuclear. It's like little pieces of rock they find. They have foraging, like trips that you can go on out there. Well, before COVID, I don't know if they can now. But you used to be able to go on trips out there. I've never been on one, but I think it'd be cool. So Black Rock. There's a lighter spot on this side. It's about the only thing of note. I apologize for the shakiness. I have essential tremors, which is compounded by my back pain. No, I didn't wipe my face with my gloves. I wiped it with the back of my arm. Had an itch. That white spot's getting 7 counts per second. Well, not. It's more gray. Just gonna wand over it all. There's one, I think. Isolate and test. Getting 3, 5, 4. Two, 5. It's weird, that little bitty piece right there is triggering it. We're getting 5, 3, 6.023 microsieverts per hour. 7. Are you the one I'm looking for? Maybe both y'all combined are causing 7. Yep. These are little big pieces. That's definitely quartz right there. I could tell by the light reflection from my office light. You can see like the little crystalline structures. I wish I had a better camera for zoom. So let's try this. Oops, flipped over. I don't know if my camera's going to do it. No, I don't like my hand that close. Probably doesn't help my hands covered in black glove. Put these away. Let's see, I see a little bit of brown on this. Let me turn it. Five. 4, 2, 5. Yep, 5. 0.025 millisieverts per hour on this tiny little piece. Sorry, get in the center of the camera. See, if I pull it, the one's like that far away from the paper. And I'm barely picking up anything. So distance is a great defender of radiation. So is materials if you have to be around it, or if you want to be around it. So layers of lead. There's great sources out there. Don't take my word for it. Make sure you read up on it if you want to do uranium collection or any kind of ore collecting. Make sure you read up on it. In the labs, we use leaded glass with mineral oil in between the glass panes, and it's a nice clear kind of. Well, you've seen a lot of you've seen like vegetable oil. It's similar to that color when you're looking through it, and that's in the high dose areas. don't think I have any spectacular materials in here that just nothing to write home about. It's cool though. If you think about it, it's just rocks that produce radiation that cause mutations in the generations of animals. Some mutations are good, some mutations are really bad. And it's these mutations that keep progressing. The ones that are good progress in those species, which is cool. I don't know if that's the cause of it, but it's something to think about. And I also find it interesting how materials will decay into different materials. That's a big fascination of mine. It's I can't remember the chart name. There's a chart out there that shows that how the different metals will decay down into more stable elements. So nature's always finding a way to remain neutral. It wants to be in a neutral state, so it loses electrons and neutrons or whatever down to those states. Don't take my word on that. I'm not an expert, but I know that it does decay down to stable elements. That's why in a lot of places in the United States, including mine, there's radon issues. So in my house, I have 2 radon counters. My radon levels aren't bad. They're average for this area. It's just something that uranium or decays in the soil, causing radium, which causes radon, if I remember correctly. That radon flows up through the soil and into your home. It's more prominent in slab built houses, unless you have a radon mitigation system. If you have a crawl space and it's vented, it could decrease the amount of radon gas that gets in your house, which is what I have. I have a crawl space, so my radon levels are low. If I go out to the soil, you could definitely tell there's a lot of radon coming out of the soil. Sorry, I'm rambling again. There's a white spot on this piece I'll look at. Big white spot here. Camera focused enough? Not enough. Focus. Okay. Here, I'll just try to bring it up here. Focus. Let me bring that white. There we go. Well, there it goes. You can see that white spot I'm talking about right there. That, I suspect, is quartz, but quartz sometimes will absorb other or like other mineral products around. Like we have a lot of quartz here with the iron pyrite in it, so it's a reddish color because of the iron oxidation in the air. Or not iron pyrite, I'm sorry. Iron pyrite is fool's gold. It's got iron in it, so it's reddish. My other videos of me not talking are probably better than this one. There's something here. You it? Yes, you are. There's a little seam in this rock. This up so it'll focus on this. So it'll do a double duty and allow me to focus on the rock. At least that's how it worked a second ago. Focus. I'm sorry. I'm trying. I love how cameras just want everything around you and not the thing that you're trying to focus on. Focus. 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 I'm sorry. There's like a reddish material right here. I'll have to look up what that is later. Same deal with this rock. Got some more reddish material on the tip. It's almost shaped like a arrowhead. And on the tip it's got dangerous radioactive material. Don't shoot anybody with that one. I'm not sure if it's the dust causing this or that rock. See, there's lots of dust, particularly, you can especially see it on the camera, from me dumping that jar out. So this paper will be wrapped up and then thrown away. It's rock. It's not going to hurt anything. Not unless you go snorting it, which would be really stupid. It gets put back in the ground. And I'm not doing this on a massive scale, so it's not a pollution hazard. If I remember correctly, on one of the websites from the government, it says if your family member collected naturally occurring radioactive material and you don't want nothing to do with it, it says to throw it in the trash. Double check that. Don't take my word for it. But that's what I read recently. So if something happens to me, if my family doesn't want to keep it, it's safe to put back in the ground, because the ground is where it came from. It's not like I enriched this stuff or anything. I just like it. It's cool. It's amazing stuff. Physics of it. Clean this up. And then I'll show you a run around to the bottle after I put it all in here and seal it back up. Now there will be some counts coming off this because I have dust on my fingers and I touched the vial, but let me move around to the non-paper side. Some of those counts could be coming from my finger. Let's set this here so you can see it. See, it gets more counts when I move up towards this plastic top. The plastic top has another plastic piece in it to add layers to protect the top, but it's not glass, just the vial's glass. It's like a little diaphragm is a lot what it looks like. I should have showed that, but I didn't think about it. But yeah, that's my collection so far. Just started recently and I enjoy it. It's an interesting hobby. People collect different things. Some people like to collect the glasses that were made out of uranium that are fluorescent. Those are cool, but I'm worried I'd break it. I'm a clumsy person, so I collect the rocks. There's also uranium beads. If you've ever looked down or seen, like in a video game, the glowing sights on rifles and stuff, that's a radioactive material. It's sealed in a glass vial, and the manufacturers have to get special permits to put those in them. That's why they're a lot more expensive than the alternative glowing lights, but they don't last 10, 20 years. United Nuclear actually sells those vials by themselves, but they're made to be put on like a keychain. I don't know if I would do that, but it would allow you to find things in the dark. I'd probably put it on a flashlight that I don't use except for when the power goes out at night. That would be useful, but I wouldn't put it on something that was attached to my body. I mean, it's just me. It's probably safe, but it's just something I don't want to do. Knowing that what this stuff can do to people, I don't want to do that myself. They've also got a lot of different neat materials, like stuff that requires special handling because it's a powder. that you would need to wear a mask to handle. Gloves for sure. You don't want any kind of breeze blowing around. You don't want that stuff to dissipate into your office or your house, your shed, wherever you handle your materials in. But I think that's going to be it for now. I appreciate everyone that's been watching these videos, and this is the first time you probably heard my voice because it's the first time I've done a voiceover on it. And I apologize for any errors in the video. If it's too loud, I'll try to watch this video with y'all and fix it. And the next time I get some more materials to show you. Even if I get like a new tool, the big part of today was I got that new UV flashlight, and I don't think I've ever used the wand Geiger counter on this stuff in here. I know I used it on the rock, but I don't remember if I ever used it on here. I don't think I did. And there goes my camera focus again. So I appreciate you watching. Leave a comment if you have any questions. If you want to correct me, please do so. I mean, I make mistakes. We all make mistakes. We're human. We get better at things by working together. So I thank you all for watching, and let me take off my gloves so I can stop the recording.